Happy Monday, everyone. I normally film on Sunday, but your girl was tired. But I did not want to let the week pass without letting you know what's been on my mind, what I've been thinking, kind of what I've been, you know, my own personal journey. It's about me sharing my experience with you and what I go through and what I feel, because I know that there are other people out there that go through and feel some of the same things that I feel. So I know a few days ago, my daughter and I were taking a stroll through the neighborhood. And when we moved here, it was just like blank slate in the back of our house. It was just 3 streets of empty nothing. So lately, these new construction homes have been coming up, and guys, it's almost like completely, all 3 streets are completely, they're no longer empty. They're like houses everywhere now. So, the beauty of that, as we were taking our stroll, I was just like, this is really interesting, because it's amazing how the process of construction starts and how it's ongoing. So I wanted to just touch on being under construction, because I think just like a house being built, we're all under construction. And the funny part of it is that construction never truly stops. I don't think we ever stop being under construction of some sort. So I'm looking at these homes and we're going through the neighborhood, and guys, it is messy. It's bricks everywhere. You have to watch your step because there are nails. I mean, it looks extremely messy. And it made me dawn and it made me think that, wow, when we're under construction, nothing about construction is easy or simple, and nothing about construction is neat. And it made me think about my personal experience and my personal self. Like, when I go through different transitions and things are happening in my life, at the time I'm in it, I don't feel good about it. I'm stressed, I'm upset. And I often think that I'm the only person going through it at the time that I'm going through it. And I know that's not true, because I have friends and other acquaintances that I've talked to, and everybody seems to be going through different things. We just go through different experiences and at different times. But trust me and believe me, everybody is going through something. So we're all under construction in some form or another. But I even thought about, once a house is built, guys, when you move into, I know in my process, I've been in my home probably a little over a year. And when I moved in, it was still messy. I had this beautiful home and I had rooms that were empty. I still have rooms that are empty, and I still have walls that have absolutely nothing on them. But that's okay, because I know that building is a process and we can't get there overnight. Even in our own personal lives, guys, it's a process, and it's okay if things seem messy. Hopefully we live another day to get it right, or to keep working through the construction. But oftentimes when we're going through the construction, everything looks messy, and we can't seem to see our way through. Because when I moved in here, I had boxes, like 5,000 boxes, and I just had to stop, and I'm like, there is no way I can do all this. I'm just going to take one room at a time. I'm just going to unload one box at a time. That's all I can do. And maybe today I may just get to 2 boxes, and that's okay. And sometimes when we're going through life and we're going through the different transitions, sometimes we have to take a step back and be like, okay, it's a lot going on. What is the one thing that needs my attention at this moment and today? And I may have to table everything if it's not a priority and get back to it. And it's okay if we can't do everything in one day, guys. It is extremely okay. And I know sometimes I had got so wrapped up in social media that I would look at and I would see these beautiful stories. And guys, you cannot get wrapped up in social media, because social media will have your head spinning, and a lot of it is not realistic. How many of us Think about it. How many of us actually take pictures as soon as we get out the bed with our hair all over our head and post it on Facebook? Or how many of us are going through all these emotional and these relationship problems, these financial problems? How many of us are actually going to put this stuff on social media? Let's just be realistic. I know when I'm going through it, I'm not going to put it on social media. Are you going to put it on social media? My point exactly. So guys, you can't get caught up in the hype of what everybody else is doing, because everybody's going through their own construction, and it's okay. So what I really want to say to you guys is, construction is messy. It's messy. It does not always look like what we want it to look like. But in the process of building, there's always something that comes out of it. Maybe a beautiful situation. Even if something that we don't deem beautiful comes out of it, it's always a lesson that comes out of being under construction. And when I go back to the home is under construction, but then you build it. And even when you move in, you still got to cipher through boxes to get everything unpacked. And then even when you get everything unpacked, you'll start noticing things that are missing that need to be fixed. And even when you get the things that need to be fixed, you'll start noticing, oh, well, maybe now it's time to go outside and do some work outside. And then you'll realize that, oh, maybe I need to go do some work in the garage. And the point of it is that there's always going to be something to do. When we move in homes, which is the example that I'm using today, there's always something. They're gonna continuously be projects and different things that are ongoing. And it's the same thing with our lives. There's always going to be things that may not align with what we think that they may need to align with. But the point of it all, guys, is construction is messy. We're all going through it. You are not alone, but you have to trust in a higher power and know that you're going to make it through that situation. Don't get caught up in what you see on social media and get caught up in the images and thinking that you're so far behind and where you need to be, or that somebody else is not going through what they're going through. People are going through different things every day, but not everybody is going to broadcast or be transparent with you with what they're going through. And that's okay. That's their option. That's their choice. That's their personal issue. And that's okay too. But I need you to know that we are all under construction. I'm under construction. There are constantly things that I'm trying to work on daily. And I may not get it right today, but I have a new day to start over and get it right tomorrow. So guys, I want to encourage you. It's okay if you're under construction. Know that you are not alone. Know that it takes time. It's a process. And that the thing that you're trying to get to, you may not get there overnight. You may mess up today. You may mess up tomorrow. But that's okay, because you always have a new day, a new opportunity, and a new chance to get it right. So guys, I'm going to leave you with, although construction is messy, you're not alone. And you have to look to a higher power to get you through when you are in the process of deep construction, because there's different levels to being under construction. But just know that there is someone there that will have your back. Even if you don't have a support system, know that you can trust a higher calling that has your back at all times. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. And I'm not saying that you won't struggle, because I struggle with things every day. But I just keep pushing through. And I think the biggest thing that I want you guys to leave here tonight is me saying that my life is not perfect. I don't think it ever will be. And I'm okay with that. There are going to be things that work out, and there are going to be things that don't work out. But I know that I'm always under construction, that I'm a work in progress, and that I have another day to get it right. And if I don't, then that's okay too. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. But most importantly, I can't compare myself to other people and what they're going through at that particular time. So don't beat yourself up if you're not where you think you need to be, if you're looking at somebody else's life. Guys, we're all going through different things. Like I stated before, we just go through them at different phases of our lives, at different intervals. but we are all under construction. No one person is better than the other. We're all imperfect beings just trying to learn and get it right. With that being said, I want you guys to know that you are worthy, and it's okay to be under construction. Things get better. Sometimes things get worse, but that's okay too. Because in the middle of the construction, when I see the homes being built, you have something beautiful. And as an individual, you have something beautiful. And that's your own unique story. That's your own unique journey. And that's what makes you special. Nobody's story is ever going to be alike. There may be similarities in things that we can share and support each other in, but we are all unique beings, and we will go through different situations, and we may handle them completely different, and that's okay too. But most importantly, the 3 things that I always leave out on, I want you to know, and this one I'm going to say it first: compare less and focus more. Guys, we cannot compare ourselves to each other. We have to stay in our own lane and do what God has called us to do as individuals. And that's why He made us unique and wonderfully made, because we are all different. And don't be upset that your sister is maybe getting to a place where you're not at that moment. That's okay, because you don't know what battles your sister had to get through to get there. So be happy for your sister and just know that your time is coming. And when your time is coming, somebody else may be going through, and you may be able to encourage and uplift them as well. And in closing, as I always say, judge less, love more, compare less, focus more, listen more, talk less. And guys, you gotta always remember to choose you. Peace.